disconnect this evening here. So with the music, we want to give you a big welcome. Today we're talking about how the music can influence you in several aspects of your life. So if you got anything you want to share with us, you can write with to the 316-2929 275. When we talk about influence, it's important to get clear and get that influence all the time. Have to take the positive part out of it. Several times when we got several invited guests, especially artists, all the time we tell them that the message that you carry out to the people and the message that you carry out through the sound, always have to get a message that will impact in a positive way for the whole society that you carry out this music. That's why nowadays we see so much commentaries about music and the genre, because certain genre, not all of certain genre, can carry a more explicit message or a more explicit content, and so other genre can carry more message that you think, that make you see how you live and what you can change. I believe music is got that power, a spiritual power when you listen to it. When you listen to the lyrics, them when you say, wow, the message this artist they care, I identify with it, or if they bring to me a message where I can change something or change someone's life, and this, that power, where all the time we say the artist them. And here, so in the island, we got a whole heap of artists that really they do something really nice in a with music. They touch plenty people life, they touch situation, political situation, and really it is something that very nice because they see it from the young people. And when we they consume all them here type of music, things will change because many times people or adult people or elder people will say, the music no good for no music this, music that. But when you sit down and realize that the people then concentrate, they play an instrument or they're interested to learn to sing certain type of music, really that's what music they influence positively in a positive way for society.
Yeah, definitely. Well, type of music, my type of music will influence me all the time from the beginning. And they have been reggae music, because reggae music wrote the Latin message like just mentioned. But more than anything else, it's our music where your body itself setting any, you can narrate any history or anything that take place around 100% to the people and for them can. And is it because our song where the BPM not too fast, the cards then got one harmonic circle where you can express yourself, deliver the message in a right way. So that's my favorite music. The music will influence me, and of course I know say influence a lot of people for them express themselves and for them can listen team, they can get in what they take place around, because plenty of time you got people who sit down for the news and then they hear but they don't understand our music and then consume it and say, oh, that this they take place. Why? Because they use so much technical words. Your liar come out there and start talking. Personally, I know liar talk, because in got words where you no got no idea what they talk about. Come out and they start talking, then going on so much terms where you don't understand after a last trade in our moment, because then put some technical terms where you not know, because you are a professional and you're a musician, or might be you got some local idea but you have the full sense of it. Anyway, use them understand everything where everybody come out they talk the story, because everybody talk in the way develop their career, for them develop their ideas, and put it out hard to get the whole context of what then they explain. But anyway, make we continue, because definitely we got some guests here, some big guests where casually reggae music, international music, and positive lyrics to our society, and as somebody where I admire a lot, Mr. Rudolph Gordon.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you all.
Man,
tell me.
Welcome to the music.
Thank you.
And what a pleasure to watch that video. Yes.
Pleasure is mine.
All right. How do you
Everything good. God, and happy to be with you all after.
Okay. Well, precisely, let's talk about Rudolph musical affair when you are as a prophet, as you have your social and your religious work as well, but no like you try to take advantage out of that recognition, but the knowledge where you have, put it into music and share with people as well. How all them things flow together in your life?
Yeah, the thing with me is that I see music as a way to send a message. Like for me, music is a platform. Even when I decide to change my lifestyle, because I used to sing negative music, but when I decided to change my life and start a new beginning, I decide to stop make music. And afterward, I get the foundation and the knowledge that music was a next way to send a message. And from that moment, music for me is always about send a positive message, about put people to think, to get conscious and send that message of righteousness. So for me, music is a platform, an opportunity to send a message to people and let them know that we can change the way we are living.
Yes, Rudolph, the new song that released here, so you said that the music name Change Maker.
Change Makers.
What is that idea, not in the content, the lyrics of the song, but by the name? What is that message you want to carry with the name Change Maker?
With the name Change Makers, the message that I want to send is that all of us can be part of the change. All the time we hear people that talk about change. We hear people that think about change, because many times you share with people and people say, hey, I want to change the way I live, I don't want to continue to live the way I live, I don't want to continue to do what I do, but we just continue to do it. So it stays as thoughts, it stays as words. So Change Makers is about do it. Like it's not only about say or think, say we can change, but it's about do a change. So that is the purpose of Change Makers, that all of us can do the change and make part of the change.
Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about who produced the song and what you really think in at the moment. When time you sit down and say, okay, I want to write this song and this song come to you, because all the time you got one first little thing we pinch you, and then over there the whole lyrics come out and the whole way of how you arrange which kind of track you want to use. If you want to use reggae, if you want to use dancehall, if you want to use whatever rhythm you want to use. How you get all this together?
All right. What went happen is that I went in Instagram, and DJ Kobe had an instrumental in Instagram when I was Afrobeats. When I hear the Afrobeats, same time, me and Kobe have a friendship for many years. I tell Kobe, hey, Kobe, put up that beat for me. Not give nobody. I don't want to give nobody that beat of mine. And when I hear the instrumental, what come to my mind was about change, was about reflection, and what inspired me in the song of Change Makers was the death of Hetty. When they killed Hetty, sadly, it come to my heart that we need to do something. I have always, through my music, I have always sent messages. I have touched the topic of violence already many times. One of the time I do it in 2014, one of my songs that was a dubstep that named Gunshot. And I talk about the violence and all the evil things that have happened in the land amongst us as youths. And in 2016, I had a song that was named Verdades, that was a reggae. I touched the topic of violence as well. But the difference between those times and this time is that in a Change Makers, I talk about we have to do something about it. Yeah, we don't sing about it, we don't try to make us conscious about it, but what we want to do? Because we do, then they continue dead, and then they kill them, and then they kill up amongst them oneself and all that. And we just continue to live like nothing. Yes, we sad for 1 week, 2 weeks, and everybody feel bad and everything, and then we go back to a lifestyle and we forget. So in the song of Change Makers, I try to send the message, say we have to do something. We need to do something about it. It's not only talk, it's not only think, it's not only cry. Yes, we want to cry, it's hot, but we have to do something, because if not, we don't want to continue to kill out with youth them. So we need to be part of the change, and in that song I try to send that message, a message to help us to understand the value of life, but also to understand that if we want to fulfill the time that we're supposed to live as youths, we need to be part of the change, because maybe one day, hope not, that time was heavy, but it could have can be anyone away, so what we want to do about that to change the way we are living in society.
Totally, we can see in the visuals from this video that you try to recreate almost everything what happened since then, back from the 14th of February, that sad day, that sad moment moment, definitely in everybody's life. But like, apart from the social protests, like the island and everybody getting disrupted, you know, because of that violence, or because the precious person where it took away from the culture and from everybody feel it. How was it for you? Like, they put out that moment, because after all, I feel like it's one of the first videos them with Minor P video that come out and talk about this case, because when one said it going to happen, so plenty artists they go and pronounce about it. But how it was for you, like, to recreate all that?
Yeah, in the video from Change Makers, I try to put all the reality as how you mentioned that was happening. And the part of the protest is because normally, like in this song, I try to put everybody in our state of awareness. I mentioned to society the reality that we are living in, all these fears, the corruption, the lack of a good health system, all those things. But I always got a side too for the church too. And the point with the church is that sometimes as church we're too passive. You know, and we think that everything is just pray. Yes, we want to pray about it. Yes, we want to pray. Yes, we have to pray. And of course, I believe in prayer. We have to pray, and I believe in the power of prayer. But they can't stop with prayer. You know, one of the responsibility of the church is protest. You know, and is to make what we call a prophetic denounce. You know, be the voice of God. You know, and express what is necessary for us to live in society. And one of the principles that we should defend is social justice. You know, and everybody need to have a right for life, a right for health, a right for education, a right of all those things that all of us need. You know, and sometimes we are too passive. You know, so it's very necessary for us to speak. And the problem why we don't want to speak is that sometimes we have fear. You know, like, what one happened to me, and maybe the one locked door for me, maybe people want to persecute me.
The work and family.
Right. And that is the price that we have to pay sometimes for speak the truth. And because if we continue living our life, we will never see the change. A change always comes with the truth. You know, so we can't expect a change without the speaking of the truth.
Totally.
Rudolph, totally agree with you. And I got two little questions for you. One, for your answer, Char. In the video, you start to mention several years, that several situations that happened in the island. You start from 2012. How you set up that in the moment you write the lyrics on the song?
In the song, when I mentioned it, apart from 2012, I was talking about the hard situation. Hard Situation was a song that I made in 2012 about what we say in Spanish, el fallo de la haya, when they took away we see. And a protest, that was my first song of protest, you know, because people believe that my music start to turn protest by a trending or by anything. But I have been protesting from when I was a teenager, you know, and I have always sending that message, you know, and Hard Situation was the first time I protest about those type of things. Then after we come to Gunshot, where it was 2014, I protest as well against violence and against all the war amongst our youths. Then Verdades, 2016, then 2020 Rise Again. And then 2022 now we Change Makers. So what I was trying to do is help people to see the process, you know, in which I have been sending one message, and that was what I tried to get people to understand. I just send the same message long time. God through me, they send the same message. And it's first thing, come back to God. You know, we need to come back to God. We can't expect society to be the right way, taking out God out of society, you know? And the next thing is unity. We need to unite. And I believe all those things that have been happening since 2012 until now, 2022, is come back to God and let's live together as one.
All right, and quickly send a message to all the people where they watch it at this hours, all the youth, them, all the picnic, them, for continue that nice influence where you they make true music to feel with society.
Yeah, the message that I would like to send to our youths is to let us get conscious. You know, we need to get conscious because sadly, almost every week, almost every month, people are dying, but more than that, we youths are dying. You know, plenty of we youths, every time we hear one next youth dead and next youth dead, if one not dead, record, then kill him, if one then not kill him, then shoot him, this, that. And plenty of we youth then dead. It's not that life, it's not that some life have more value than others. No, our life is valuable, you know, but it's sad to see that we youths are dying. So and that is the message I'm sending at Change Makers, is for us youths to get conscious. You know, we need to get conscious about the reality of life, the preciousness of life, and we need to live a different type of life, because when we live a certain kind of life, there is a consequence that come with it. And sadly, the way how many of we youths are living, they are dying young. But one of the reasons why they are dying young is by the way they are living, you know. And also, I would like to send a message to the parents them, you know, because everything starts from home, and I mentioned it in the song as well. We need to be responsible as parents, you know. Sadly, many of our youths are growing in a dysfunctional homes. They are growing in homes in which they have absent present fathers or mothers, or sometimes they not even have no night, they don't have no papa no mama. You know, and sadly that the TV they raise them, other picnic they raise them, or them grandfather or them grandmother they raise them, and it's hard. You know, everything starts from home, so we need to build healthy families. We need to build families that have a spiritual healthy environment and a psychological healthy environment. And more than that too, as the system, or as what we would have said now, the powers of society, we need to generate opportunities to reduce them. You know, we need to generate opportunities. When I talk about opportunities, we understand to say that not all we do them want to take education as the way. I see education as the key for us to advance our society, but sadly, many of we do not want education. But what we want about it, we can't force them neither. You know, but we need to give them opportunities. We have sport. We need to generate environment for our youth to develop as sportman and sportwoman. We need to generate spaces for our youth to develop in the arts, in music, in making video clips, in painting, in all type of arts, you know. And also we need to generate all those type of space for our youth to see that there are ways, because sadly some of we do them end up doing evil stuffs, and yes, they end up doing it. One of the reasons we know that the love of money is the root of all evil, but it's not everybody that do it is by love of money. You know, sometimes some of we do them end up doing illegal stuffs and end up in what we would call that bad world, because they don't see opportunities, and then see that the only way, that the only light them they see, or the only vision them they see, is that is the only way to advance in life. So they end up involving themselves in that world, never know that the price won't be so high, even at the cost of their life, or end up in jail. So we need to give them other ways. Make them see, say, be bad man or be a gunman. That's not the only way. You know, there are several ways to advance in life.
Okay, well, Rudolph, you have all cameras here on the music to invite the people in, to ask for change makers right here in the program. They make it something like for #1 song for the week, for 2 weeks, for all the time, but for then get the message as well where you just share into it. So invite the people in for ask the change makers.
Yes, well, me people. Once again, I'm here with my new song named Change Makers. All of us can be change makers. One of the ways to make the change is through music. Music is not the only way. I have been doing the social part long time, but now I decided to place this message in music. So one of the ways to continue make change makers is through music as well. So I invite you all to make the video of change makers, and to let us continue to send that message through the TV, and in every way we get the opportunity to do it. And music is also one of the ways to do it. So I invite you all that if you want to be change makers, just support this song and this beautiful message that I want to send to you all.
Hey, thank you, Rudolph. Thank you. Hear what Rudolph say? And got everything does round up in 3 minutes and how much? 3 minutes and 20 seconds? It's got
3 minutes and
47 seconds. Okay, everything in that. You know, if you listen to the song piece by piece and analyze it, I want to thank you very much for come visit me. You're welcome. A little small space of your time. I admire your music a lot, you know. So we're going down the road. Going down the road with Daniel, where Daniel got for you, but send that video again. Send that video for the people.
All right, my people, I invite you all to see the video of Change Makers. Let this message go to your heart and get righteous and get aware about this powerful message that I want to send through this song that named Change Makers. That's why the thief expert and gun criminal